worth splitting up there, isn't it?
We'll only come back and say they haven't made a decision. I'll let you know when they do. I'll let you tell you where you want to stay and welcome your It's all right. You'll be fine. It's all right. It's a good night.
In the exhibition, we explore the history of Stonehenge. We pull apart the different periods in which it was built and modified. And what we show is that there was no one Stonehenge. There were many different monuments that meant different things to different people at different times. And so you'll learn about how Stonehenge was at one time in its history a cemetery, for instance. And then later on, it became a place that's much more like a cathedral, somewhere where people went to worship and undertake ceremonies. The archaeological significance of the new discovery is twofold. Firstly, the drum tells us about the connectivity of the times, of the fact that people right across Britain and Ireland were sharing very similar motifs and symbols and probably religious ideas, despite the fact that movement across the country in those days must have been very difficult. There were no roads and certainly no easy ways of moving around. The other significant fact about the drum is that it was buried with 3 children. And this is a very rare thing at this time. And what it allows us to do is to kind of come face to face with a moment in time, a very sad, poignant moment, and feel a sense of connection with people, with parents.
Shot so much of the drums. How do we do it?
What's astonishing about Stonehenge is its survival. So we know from dating the wood that it was constructed in 2049 BC, in the spring or summer. So it's over 4,000 years, and yet the bark and the wood feels as if it might have been made not so long ago, maybe a year ago. It feels so fresh and urgent. And the monument itself, at its heart, had this upturned oak with its roots pointing up towards the heavens. And we think that's probably a way in which people tried to bring the underworld, the otherworld, to the surface so they could communicate with the gods or the spirits. One of the star objects in the exhibition is the Nebraska Disc. It's a remarkable bronze and gold disc about the size of a dinner plate, and it's decorated with stars and the crescent moon and the full moon, and it's the first depiction in human history of celestial bodies, in this case the Pleiades constellation, sometimes called the Seven Sisters. That group of stars, that was very important to early farmers because the appearance and disappearance of that cluster of stars was often taken as a way of signalling the beginning and end of the farming year.
They've gathered in lots of artefacts that relate to the time of Stonehenge, and I think they're demonstrating prehistory in general, but they're using Stonehenge as a sort of gateway because it's so iconic, and a lot of the things do relate to Stonehenge. But I think it's going to give us a fantastic insight to the fact that those people, in a way, were just like us, but they just had different technologies and everything. But it will be absolutely fantastic, and we hope that by going to the exhibition, people will want to come and see the real thing, and we look forward to welcoming them when they do come.